Right, your next act, seriously, your next act is an injured veteran with PTSD, and he's been working with Project Recce, which aims to take service personnel who have been through the fucking mill and help them become, not entirely sure I'm articulating this too well, Jay, but essentially there's a project being run by Laughing Horse, who are one of the big comedy players in London, to take, actually London's that way now. One of the big comedy players in London to get veterans to do stand-up. And our next act has done several gigs through that scheme, Project Comedy, but they've all been Zoom gigs. This is his first face-to-face real gig. Let's have a massive fucking hand for Jay Saunders!
Well, I suppose I've got to do that. I've got to address the obvious thing first. Yes, I'm sorry, I'm white. But he's black, so that balances out through equality and diversity. And no, we're not a ventriloquist act. I've actually bothered to learn how to write a gag, and he freaking hates it if I try and stick my hand up his arse. I mean, you've got ventriloquists, they're constantly sticking their hands up dummies' arses. He just goes around sniffing everybody else's. So Hawk is my assistant's dog. That's material for another night. He'll just go and play with Dan and I'll be put to one side. He's my assistant's dog. But you know, suffice to say for tonight, he's here as my anti-heckling enforcer. He doesn't bite, he'll just come up and lick your groin until you orgasm. And you don't want that. Who here wants to expose their cum face to the audience? Can you imagine? No shit. As a side, why is it every bloke's cum face looks like an inbred toff trying to sneeze? And I know how horrifically evil that is because I've served with cavalry officers. I've seen it quite too often. And before anybody else says it, yes, I know I've got an accent. How do I know? Because it's the first thing you people really tell me. It's constantly, you know, what's your first car? A tractor? I bet you love your cider. Was your sister also your girlfriend? No. Because she's so bloody fat, there is no alcohol in the world that would make her attractive enough for you to wrestle with that fat bird. I'm not joking, she's a minimum of a 20-pinter. It'd be easier to get an erection fantasising about Anne Widdecombe. And if you did that, you'd feel a lot cleaner about yourself as well. Oh, I knew I was supposed to say something after that as well. I've completely forgotten where I was. So, the accent though, I mean, I do like it when people turn around to me and say, oh, you sound just like a pirate. The look on their faces when I go, do you know how offensive it would be if I ended up doing an accurate pirate accent? I mean, I can't even do an accurate Birmingham one. How the hell am I going to do the impression of a Somalian? But the accent, yeah, it impacts my life too much. I mean, it really affects my chances at dating. I mean, no woman in the throes of passion wants to hear the phrases, oh my lover, that feels delightful. Or keep doing that, it feels girt lush. You're that much better than my cousin. I should have missed that one. But like I'm going to get a date anyway. I mean, for God's sake, I live in Gosport. Has anybody encountered Gosport? Yes. Oh my God. Open Tinder there, you feel like you're playing Pokemon Go. You open this thing up and it's Squirtle, Magikarp. Oh, it's wheezing. I mean, at times I feel like I'm casting a zombie movie. I honestly believe that Shaun of the Dead was based on a day visit to Gosport High Street. You know, and if you do eventually find something that's vaguely resembling an intact human being, I mean, why do these women think there's only two things a bloke wants? You know, big tits and a massive arse. I mean, if you come in completely bypassing your personality and education and my memory, and by the way, if your boobs are larger than the D cup, well done. But can we back off on the cleavage shots, please? Cleavage shots. Cleavage shots. I mean, At times it feels as though I'm staring into the gates of Mordor made out of flesh. Or it's another place I'm going to lose me keys. Oh, and ladies of my age, can we please accept the fact our bodies aren't what they were like, back in our 20s? I mean, their cleavage shots, ladies, those cleavage shots look like an elephant's butt crack. I mean, little hint, a cleavage is only supposed to have one crease. Crazy paving went out of date in the 1970s. If I want to see that population density of wrinkles, I'll stare at my own freaking forehead. But yeah, how am I going to find a woman other than via dating apps? I mean, can you see this form in a bloody nightclub? I mean, there's two reasons I'm going to be a major failure in a nightclub. One, he's going to get more attention and be a better dancer than me. And secondly, two questions are going to be asked when they see me. Question one, was that taxi driver waiting for his fare on the dance floor? Or two, he's the most overprotected granddad I've ever seen in my life. And besides, look at me and my age. I mean, I'm going to be about attracted to a woman as a tampon made out of wire wool. You boys are wincing, but I'm looking at the ladies' faces and they're hating me even more than that. It's better than my first image, which was the tampon with 6-inch nails in it. So, we've got to turn it around, and how attractive would that be to the boys? That would be about as attractive as washing your nuts in Lynx aftershave, then sliding down a banister made out of wire wool. And if I've made a couple of you wince, I think I've done my job. Thank you so much. I've been Gary, that's been Paul.